we started not knowing anything other than like the idea of you could make music with just a laptop and a mic, which like kind of, but not really at the end of the day. So that's what we started with, like a laptop and a mic. We had the mic against the wall with the window. The mic wasn't even facing the right direction.
Yeah,
we had a pop filter, the worst audio box you could get, and we were just trying to make it work.
And wondering why it didn't sound right.
Yeah, it was facing the other way.
Yeah, exactly. This is trash.
So then that's when we really like sat down and started thinking like, okay, we listened to the sound quality of what we were putting out, and we were like, how do we make this better? So we really started doing a lot more like in-depth research about the gear, and not just the gear, but like how to use it properly. Yeah. And then we were just like, let's take a look at what we have, and that's when we noticed the mic was backwards, and that we had the worst audio box imaginable for recording.
No, like I sat down and like tried to break everything down in variables. Like, okay, we need to learn about like soundproofing your room. We need to learn about what mics go well with like what audio boxes, and like we were talking right before the interview started. Like once you get into something, you realize how deep it goes. Yeah. Like you got like if you're really into mics, like you got to do like math. Like I'm not trying to do that, right? But I'm trying to learn just enough so our music doesn't sound trash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like you were saying, you guys started out making sound panels and stuff like that from scratch. What would you recommend for like new artists that want to get into it? What should they start off with?
Okay. I would say it really depends on what you're willing to do. Cause like we made the sound panels, but it like the amount of research that had to be done to make good sound panels, like it's not just like watch one YouTube video.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a tutorial that makes it work, which like you would think there would be in this world, but there isn't. So it's like you have to watch multiple YouTube videos. There's critical thinking skills involved.
Yeah.
Or you could just like spend $25 for 3 square feet, like save up some money and go like that. So really, I think it depends on the type of person you are.
And honestly, that might be the better move for a lot of people, because something that you also have to take into account is like the actual shape of your room. Because when you're sound treating a room, there's a lot more that goes into it than just like necessarily buying the actual like audio panels and stuff like that. You have to actually like see what kind of room you're in, what you're going to be doing, where do you want to set up the mic and set the panels up accordingly, where you're going to put your speakers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as far as where they should start, really and truly, I mean, I love, like he was saying, I love that idea of you just need a laptop and a mic to get started. And to an extent, that's a lie, just because if you want to make good quality, it's a different quality.
Because I do think any indie artist, whether it be music, whether it be camera, you need to look at your idols and see what's the quality of content they're doing and shoot for that. Like you have to shoot for that. Mm-hmm. But then if you're shooting for that, you're gonna realize, like, unless you're Steve Lacy, GarageBand isn't gonna be enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're like naturally gifted with the camera, like with angles and lighting, that $300 camera might not be enough. Mm-hmm. That's like, it can get you far and you should use it to the extent of its abilities, but like do the research. Basically do research. Like I think a lot of people get into the arts because like we're at school and we're like, this sucks, I want to do something creative, but like if you want to do it successful, like you kind of have to put those skills to use that they teach us in school. Hopefully.
Yeah, you got to study.
You got to study. Like it is studying. Yeah.
Right. And really over everything, I would just say, do the research, take the time, actually learn how to use the equipment. Because beyond everything that we're saying, like we were talking about it earlier before this, but like if you could throw as much money as you want at something, but if you don't know how to use the equipment, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you know how to use your cheap equipment, you can make better stuff than a lot of these like people with a bunch of money putting time into it. No, people spend
1,000%.
thousands on like studio time, but then they come out making
dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
Yeah. So really, just take the time. Just start. The passion is really all that matters, and then develop your quality where you see it fit. If you hear the sound of your bars, and you're like, I don't like this, then maybe get another mic.
Yeah.
Maybe do some research. What do you need? An audio box?
Yeah. Or like us, find out if your mic is facing the right way.
Yeah, no, please check and make sure your mic is facing the right way.